Another one about language, and this is my final story that I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, Nick. Bottom line is can't win with this SJWs. They don't know what exactly. You can't. I mean, I there's being a decent. There's one thing. There's being a decent, kind person. I mean, don't go out there and be like a total jerk. I mean, that's hate speech is still free speech. So I mean, still it's not illegal, but it gets to the point where you're just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking or having something to talk about. I mean, it, it's impossible to say anything at this point. And another language inclusivity thing was Chico State has an athletic program saying don't say words. The posters were don't say this word, don't say that word, and it's got straight up offensive words like the N word grouped in with words like coward. First of all, making posters, feeling the need to actually print and make and hang up posters telling students to not say the N word is pretty clearly the biggest waste of ink ever, because it's not like there's these students running around out there thinking that it's okay to say the N word or some of these other slurs. And then in terms of words like coward, pretty bad idea to make posters for those too, because you know what? That word isn't always a bad thing to say to somebody. Sometimes people's fears are getting in the way of their success, and it can be inspiring and it can be helpful to remind them of that. And also, if you're an adult, that's something you should be able to handle, right? A huge thing about communication is context on a case by case basis. Calling someone a coward in one situation could be really offensive and hurtful, but in another one, it could be helpful. It's all about context. It's all about a case by case basis. It's a huge part of communication. And what just blanket deciding words are okay, not okay, when they're words like coward, where sometimes they can be helpful, that takes context away, which is making communication harder, or not harder, but it's making it, taking away something about communication. And that's making communication worse, not better, which you wouldn't think would be a good thing. And also, campaigns like this, they focus on specific words and phrases as being mean and offensive. The Chico State Student Athlete Advisory Committee co-president said, "Everyone's welcome here. We're a family. We want everyone to feel included. We want our language to reflect that." Obviously a good goal, but there's plenty of other things besides these specific words and phrases that you can say that are mean, that aren't on the list. You can be like, "You're a big fat piece of garbage. You're nasty and I want you to die in a fire. I hate you and I hate your mom." Like, these are all mean things and they're not on posters, but people still don't know that. They still know that they're mean, because why? By the time you reach college, I mean, I guess if you want to have like a nice campaign, that's one thing that at least makes some sense. But I think what would be even better than that, which will be, trust that by the time students reach college age, that they already know, it's good to be nice, what things are nice and what things are mean, and also to be able to understand how to handle sometimes hearing a mean thing on their own. College students are adults, they're not kids. And do we really need be nice to each other posters everywhere? I don't know. It's a waste. It seems to me like a waste of money and time. Getting ready to wrap up here, but thank you everybody for joining me. And all my stories, again, that I just discussed are available on National Review Online from this week. If you haven't seen them yet, you can go ahead and check them out now. Again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.